We are live. Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing? Got a lot of people in here in the show already tonight. I hope everybody's had a blessed day. Patriot James is dragging a little tonight. Oh, yeah, we got a lot of people coming in. Appreciate everybody coming in. It means the world to me. All y'all support. I really do appreciate it. Let's start it off by saying God bless America. We started a little early. God bless each and every one of you and your families. There's Chad, Chunky Cat, Brandon, fishing with the Chad, fishing with the squirrel, Muskrat. What's going on, Roger? D's in the house. Mr. Dockery is in the house. Avid, DMV. Who all else? And Muskrat, I got a Yamaha. Wampus Cat's running a Yamaha for years on his boat. We like them. Who else we got in here we didn't see? Seen some names up here. Hopefully we'll have some new people coming in tonight, guys and gals. If we do, please share the bait up if you don't mind. Appreciate y'all, guys. I really do. Fin Seekers in the house. Chunky Cat, Palmetto. Hello, everybody. Well, if y'all didn't see my post this morning, we had a death. Family friend. My neighbor lives across the street. His father passed away, which I've known that man since I was born, and he passed away this morning about 4:30 this morning. And they've decided to bury him out here on their property. We've been working pretty tough. Got a lot of work to do the next couple of days to make it happen. Having to cut trails in to get people into the burial area. It's tough. Man was a good man. Lived a long, good life. So if you don't mind, please keep their family in your prayers. They need all they can get. It's gonna be a long. It's supposed to rain the next 4 days, so the time the burial is going to happen, it's probably going to be pouring rain. But I appreciate all y'all's prayers and thoughts, guys. I appreciate it. There's Wampus Cat in the house tonight. There's Mike Greenwell. There's Joe Buck, Dana. Appreciate each and every one of y'all, guys. Fishing with Pawpaw Ed. Appreciate you coming in. There's a new face, guys. Check him out. Share him up. Share the love. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. They are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, and that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And our happiness is chasing Mr. Catfish. Did I see Rex in the house? There's Skip, Junior Warskow, S. Smith. I seen somebody I missed. Maybe not. There's Rex Blocker in the house tonight, buddy. Appreciate you coming in, Rex. Glenn's in the house. Well, Glenn, you're going to recognize a few more of these things tonight. I'm going to try to do a little better job of pointing out some things and going to ask some questions of y'all to see. Let me get this chat out of my way here on my phone. I can't do that. Okay. Well, I'm going to try to point out some things. But, let me go the wrong direction. This area right here is at South Point Boat Landing. This is an area that I fish a lot, not just off the boat, but off the bank also. And you can see the reason why. You fish off the bank right here, and right here is the main river channel. This is not dry land. This is actually a big flat in between here and here. This is a secondary river channel. This is the primary river channel. This is a long flat, and you'll hear a lot of activity over through here in the middle of the night. There's Big Slim in the house. It's a new name, guys. Check them out. Share them up. But I'm gonna have to figure out a way to do this. It's backwards to me. Right here is where in January I caught that 35 right off the bank. He was running right along this bank when I picked him up. Right here, you could actually throw about 30 yards off of the bank and be in the main river channel. Now, there's a lot of debris, a lot of trees and laydowns in here. Good area for flatheads. And this place right here is called Porcupines. It's supposedly a fish attractor. You can ask Big Nasty and Flint Hill. That thing was made with 3-inch square steel tubing, 6 foot long each pieces, and they was crisscrossed. And somehow we got our anchors hung up in it. There's top tactics in the house. Appreciate you coming in, my friend. Anyway, we got our anchor hung up in it. Somehow we was not anchored nowhere near it. So apparently somebody else has done hung it up and drug it over to where we was at. That thing had to weigh a couple 100 pounds, and we pulled it up and finally got the anchor loose of it. But we was in a heck of a mess. The wind done blowed us against the bank, and we had our hands full. Anyway, this is bait for bank fishermen and for boat fishermen. Mr. Lee Hoffman's in the house tonight. Lee knows exactly where we at, too. This is a good spot, guys, for not just flatheads. This is where my PB come from, blue. Not my PB flathead. I'll show you that in a minute. But I choose areas like this where the Rain River channel cuts close to the bank, not just for bank fishing, but also for boat fishing. You see, you've got all kind of stuff here, but with the way that river channel banks in here, when it's flooding, it lays down all kind of debris. It undercuts this bank. There's all kind of holes and undercuts on that. J.R. Warskow knows where this is at. What's up, Creole? Big Nasty. You know where this is at, Big Nasty. We tried to fight that getting my anchor loose that night. But you also got a quick drop into the river channel that these fish can come out of the channel, go up, feed on stuff in the shallows, actually lay around debris if they wanted to feel safe there. Also, Ozark guys, Catfish Weekly, Mr. Lyle's in the house, Bobby Newton. Guys, look for places. I like to look for places that cut close to the river channel itself, where they got quick access to debris, not just rocks, but also trees. There's a lot of old dead trees. And right in this area is a rock pile. I don't know what caused that rock pile, but it's a good sized rock pile. And there's always bait fish around that. Always. And right up here, right around here where I caught that biggin, I marked the biggest arch that I've ever seen on a depth finder. You can go back and look through my pictures and you will see it. This arch looked like a manatee that you see down in Florida. It was freaking huge. But I just want to show you some areas that I choose when I'm out looking for places that I want to set up and fish. You might choose different areas, and for certain reasons, if you know these reasons and you see something that you fish on maps that I'm showing, whether it's on Wiley or River or whatever, then please post up and give us a reason why you choose that area. Or a manatee in the Cooper River. You're right, Palmetto. But I'm going to show you. Now, on this river channel right through here, this secondary river channel, are they something that y'all see that sticks out that makes you want to choose that area to fish? What sticks out to me, and Richard Warskow clued me in on some hints about things, is, see this little cut right here? There's a little bitty cut in right on that channel. And it goes up into this little short little cove here. It's just a little short cove. It don't go far at all. But it's a that also has a lot of laydowns in it. But that little cut right there can give fish a little bit of relief from the current, or a good place to hide. He can run up into the shallows to feed and come back into the deep water if he needs to. But I look for areas like that. And also right here is showing it that it's dry land like an island, but it's not. It's actually a hump in the middle of this secondary river channel. Humps also hold a lot of fish. You can go through here a lot and mark good bait fish. Downside is right through here, I catch a lot of, well, I don't catch none, but we get a ton of them garbites. They will drive you crazy. There's Kentucky in the house tonight. So, guys, I'm just trying to, this is not going to be a long show. I've got to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Let me change screens one more time. We're going to go way up the river. Now, for those that know Wiley, this is the old railroad bridge. Oh, I got to point at it. I forgot my cursor. Y'all can't see my cursor. This is the old railroad that goes across Lake Wiley. It's been there a very, very long time. But notice one thing about that area. Come on, guys, tell me. What do you notice about that area more than anything else? Anything else? Come on, give me some comments, please. Show me that you're paying attention, please. What do you see that stands out more than anything? I'm going to sit here and just let y'all talk. It's a flat. It's got a flat area where they built it, the railroad crossings. Points. There's quite a few points on it. Look how narrow this is, guys. See how narrow that narrows the river, the river channel down? You right. It's a choke point, Jeff. Anywhere there's a choke point, creeks on the right, yep. But anywhere there's a choke point, guys, you will have a tendency, even if it's in a lake, to have some current, whether they pull in water or not. Anywhere there's a choke point, whether it's a bridge, whether it's a railroad crossing, or whether it's a natural land base that comes into the lake or the river itself and creates a choke point, it will create current. It might not be much. If they're not pulling water, it might not be much. But a lot of times that might be just enough to spread that scent of your bait out. And in areas, let's go over here. Areas like this little cut back here, that's an eddy. That's going to create an eddy, especially when they're pulling water. That's going to create a good back eddy right in here. You will have a lot of fish, especially if a lot of times this year, in the past 3 years, we've had a lot of rain. And last year, Lake Wiley had the longest period of current that I can remember. And Dieter and us has talked about it. Lake Wiley was seeing currents like on rivers for days on end. Those old big lazy catfish in Lake Wiley, big blues and stuff, was needing a break out of the current. These are perfect places for that. There's old debris down here from the old bridge that was tore down during the 1916 flood. There's a bunch of debris down here, and there's also could be a big eddy here. I haven't drugged this yet, but I got a feeling this flat right in here might hold fish pretty good. But if you notice back across, look right here. See that little cut in that's in the bottom of the river itself, the river channel itself. You got 16 foot, and then all of a sudden it comes up to 10 foot. And this little bitty rise, this little hump. This area is a good area to check. Of course, all around you pylons and stuff, that debris, sorry about this, guys. Anthony's in the house tonight. We got all kind of good people in here. Yeah, it's hanging on that side. You right there, Matthew. That's probably why I had never drug baits, because I've lost a lot of debris over there. So it'd probably be better to anchor up and put baits down. But they could be some good fish caught in anywhere you see a checkpoint. On up from here is the 74 bridge, which is also another choke point. And I know of a couple good holes around that area. And see, right off this main river channel, see, this is flattened out, and I'm sure that a lot of this is silted in over the years. Where the main river channel is probably saying 30 foot, it might not be but 22 foot or whatever. But we do get enough current in this area that it'll keep a lot of that sediment blowed out of here. Peeling drags in the house tonight. All right, let's go to another one. Give me a second. Boom. I think that's it. See what I was talking about, guys? This area right here. See how that cuts in right off the main river channel. And it climbs real fast going up into these shallows. These is areas I look at, and I might anchor down. I might anchor down up here on this little old point, this little short point, throw my baits off in these different areas at different levels, and even up behind me up into the 2 foot of water to see what might be holding in them areas. And a lot of times back in here, you'll have debris and stuff like that. And don't be scared to throw floats. Don't be scared to throw baits, guys. Yes, dragging those ledges like this right here coming down to this spot might pay off pretty good. Lake Wiley loves to grab a hold of your gear. It loves costing you some money and gear. There's Maurice in here. Joe. But guys, I'm trying to show you some different areas because it's not going to be a long show, and I apologize for that. Mike Turner's in the house. Mr. Big Nasty. Let's find another one. Yeah, I tried to find all of my pictures that was from Navionics. Let's see. That's the same spot. Let's go here. All right. This is on down below that railroad bridge. And if you'll notice, it's like a long, I'm going the wrong way. It's like a long hole in the middle of the river channel itself. I suspect that hole is man-made, and I might be wrong, guys, but I suspect it's man-made, that was created well over 100 years ago. Lake Wiley, at one time when it was the Catawba River, had one big gold miner on it with a big bucket line dredge. What's up, Brian? So I'm thinking that this is a man-made, simply because my picture don't go up far enough. Up here at the top, it's almost flat across there, and then it stair steps down a little bit, and that is how bucket line dredges work. They scoop, and as they scoop, that thing goes back and forth as it's scooping up, and it will leave areas like that is not a sharp drop, like just a natural form. With that being said, there's a little hole that drops down. The rest of it's about 30 foot, and then you got a 32 foot. And a lot of times, guys, we've seen it, and I've seen it. Me and Wampus Cat was with me one night on the daggum boat, and we marked a hole that was maybe 1.5 foot deeper than the surrounding areas in that channel. No fish nowhere else but in that hole. We couldn't get the fish to bite. They never would turn on. There's cat snatch fever. Fish never would turn on, but it was during a Saturday and the lake was busy. There was tons of boat, and we figured, later on, then these fish would turn on. But these formations right here, you see there's another little notch right here, but it don't notch off of the main river channel. It notches off just a natural land formation going up, which that might have been something where they flooded it or whatever. But back over here, look how sharp these lines are, guys. This stuff goes from 30 foot up to 18 foot real quick. That's almost a straight down ledge. That's quick access to food. They can move up and move back down, move up and move back down. Um, I'm just trying to point out some places that you might want to think about going and searching. If I'm not mistaken, let's see, that's a hump in the middle of the lake. Let's go to the next one. I think the next one is what I want to show you. Is that it? No, wrong one. Sorry, done been there. Okay, I'm going back up to Paul Creek. See the hole, guys? 12 foot around it, but this hole drops off real deep. And it's just barely a foot deeper than the surrounding waters right here. It's right off the main river channel. This is Paul Creek. It's one of the bigger creeks that feed into Wiley. It ain't as big as the South Fork or Seven Oaks area, but it's still a big creek that comes out of the Charlotte side into Lake Wiley. Been a lot of good fish caught in here. A lot of good fish. Why? I'd like to know why. It's a good place to drag baits all over. Let's see, all up through here. This is a big long creek, and this is the main channel coming down Lake Wiley, the main river channel here. That's a hump, Matthew. All right, then they're not showing that hole because I'm not on my dadgum Navionics. I pulled up the wrong pictures. I meant to pull up my Navionics. There's a hole down in here, Matthew, somewhere in this river channel that me and Wampus Cat marked, I think about 2 years ago. And I haven't been able to find it again, but I'm not up in this area a whole lot. If you know where that hole is, send me the coordinates. All right. So I know exactly what the hump is. So that's off of the main river channel. The main river channel is right here, but there's a hole right in this area somewhere that I have marked a good bit of fish off in that hole. Yes, it's 34 foot deep. You're right, Glenn, because the surrounding area was 33. All flat looking, and that would drop down maybe a foot. There's fish in there. So, guys, what I'm saying is when you're in the main river channel, and you can ask Matthew and a lot of other guys that's got a lot more experience on this than I do. Yeah, it's there. You just have to find it. But I look for any irregularities in the main channel itself. Something different, something that will maybe hold debris, rocks, trees. Glenn said he caught a 30-pounder there, hung it in the tail. Oh, I bet that was a daggum fight. But this is a good place right here, guys, to drag baits. If you're a bait dragger, I'm gonna tell you guys, killer place to drag baits. But look right here. There's another little irregularity that can cause a little small back eddy. Anywhere I see places like that, guys, I scan, I go over it, and I really check it out. Because I'm one of these people, I believe it's stuff like that fish use. You're right. You're right. I meant to say that. Pill and drag. You'll see you got the main river channel coming here. You got Paul Creek coming here. All that water trying to force down through this narrow one right here. And on the other side on down, and I probably don't have that picture, is probably a couple more holes and a couple more ledges and a couple more rises, little humps in the middle of the river channel that is irregularities that actually show up with fishing. This place carries a lot of fish. A lot of fish get caught in this area. And if you look at it, you think that's just a big wide open area. There ain't nothing going to hold there. Well, don't never mark them places out, guys. Jeff Manning sent me down here. This is Little Paw Creek that feeds in. And I've caught some good fish back up in here and seen some big old carp swimming in that area too. See you, Dana. Thank you. And there's a lot of, back here in the back, there's a lot of them old wild willows and stuff that's growing up into the water. I believe at certain times when them fish push up real shallow, you could probably catch the crap out of them back there in them shallows around them brushes, going in there to feed. Let me go in here and see if I can find another one. If I done showed this one, I ain't sure. Yeah, if I done showed that one. See, there's one of them. There's that hole, but that ain't the one I want. I apologize, guys. I'm looking at the pictures on here. They're small, and I really can't see them that well. What is that one? That's the same one I done showed you. There was something else on here I was wanting to show you. Oh, the picture ain't expanded long enough. It was on down. I apologize. I apologize. Yeah, it's not going to let me expand on these pictures like I want to. No, it's not going to let me expand. I need to go up and down, and it's not going to let me drag it up. It's not going to let me drag it up. But guys that are carp fishermen, let me go way back over here. Go to this side. This is where the world record 88-pound buffalo was caught, right here. I was over here fishing the night they caught it, and we wasn't catching nothing. But little to know, they had this hole baited up and beating it up for about 2 weeks before they caught that big fish. Junior, you just got to go for it. Haven't caught nothing big out of Paw Creek. I've heard a lot of big fish. Now there's a lot of good hunts all down through there. Yeah, Michael, 88-pound world record buffalo. Come out, whoop, right there. Right there. And they caught a bunch of 40s and 50s that night before that daggum 88-pounder hit. But he didn't make it back. They actually was taking it to, we have around here, I don't know if all y'all do, but around here we have a lot of pay lakes, but are not the catfish pay lakes. They are the carp lakes. And they was taking a load of fish. And the fish, they fought that fish probably 45 minutes, and 4 of them actually had to get in the water with it and surround it with the nets before they was able to net it and get it in. It was a battle. The fish, from what I understood, died before they even made it back to the lake they was taking it to. It is mounted on the wall. He had that big old rascal mounted. There you go. Jeff Manning said that's the best eating you'll ever eat is that buffalo. I've never eat it, but I dang sure want to try it. But guys, there's all kind of good spots. Matthew, have you ever drug baits, or you or Glenn or JR, have y'all ever drug baits right here? That big flat. I hear a lot of action out there at night. I've never drug baits across it. I've never seen anybody drag baits across it because there's always tons and tons of boats that's running back and forth across it. So I've never seen anybody drag baits. No, not yet, Palmetto. It's I'm lucky to keep up with what's going out. Eventually, I'll probably come out with a channel cat version of smaller version, but not right now. I do have orange lights now to go on the orange bobbers, pink lights for the pink bobbers, green for the green. I mean, I can change up and put whatever color lights you want it. I mean, they but just a couple colors we can go with. But and blue lights on the blue one, but I can mix and match any way you want them. But I've got them in 4 bait and tackle shops right now. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to share some spots that I like to choose to try to throw baits. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. You drag beside it. I know one thing, Glenn. Right over here, I've tried to drag baits up across here, coming across that river channel, and there's something right through here, and I think it's just shell rock. It'll cut your line. Your lines, as soon as it hit, I had 4 lines at one time get cut. Just boom, all my rigs gone. It just cut them off. I don't know. It's like somebody down there with a razor blade and just cut 4 of my lines. Boom, and they was gone, and I had drifting sinkers on it. Yep, and guys, the guys and gals that actually helped me in the auction, I want to thank you. We had 9 people to make bids. All the stuff went out yesterday morning in the mail. The mail didn't run on Monday, so I made sure it all went out yesterday, and I do want to thank you. We raised about $340. $50 of it was a donation from a good friend. So I appreciate it, guys and gals that did participate. We are working. It was mono, Smith. It was mono. I don't use braid. Yeah, it's kind of hangy through there. You're right, Glenn. I don't mind getting hung up once in a while, but getting 4 lines cut at one time like that'll hurt your dadgum feelings. And I use Andy line, so I use good line. I love that Andy. But so I just trying to find out if anybody's ever. Lyle, I thank you. I thank y'all for helping. But I got some more information. We're working on a veterans home up here in between Cherville and Bessemer City. I'll be start working with them starting next week. Redoing an old home. I want to talk with Richard and JR and quite a few other people that does remodeling work and see if they want to come help us. It's going to be a home that we try to get veterans help. Try to get them off the streets. Try to get them help that they need. You know, we teach these boys and women how to fight and go to war and kill, but we don't teach them how to be civilians when they come home. So that's what we're doing now, is trying to make a place that they can feel comfortable. We're going to make it a camp. I'm going to be involved with this as much as they allow me to. I'm not a veteran. So guys and gals, if y'all ever thought that I was claiming to be a veteran, I am not a veteran. I wanted to be. I tried to be. Because of medical history, they would not allow me to go in. But I feel that it's our duty for those of us that did not serve. This is just my belief, guys, that it's our duty now to give back to what they done give. So that's why I do what I do. And I appreciate any of y'all that try to help out doing it. With that being said, guys, I don't want to cut it too short tonight, but I'm going to have to. I got to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning. We got a lot to do, prepare for this funeral this weekend. I appreciate y'all coming in. I hate to cut it short. We got 50 people in here, guys. Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. It means the world to me that y'all support us, support each one of these live shows. It's it means the world. I never thought I would be doing something like this, and y'all would be supporting us. Catfish Weekly, my show, Palmetto Cats, Muskrat, Avid, uh, Catfish Headhunters, James Docker and them show. Guys, we appreciate it. We thank you for all that you do, all your support, your comments, your sharing. Hit the like buttons, guys, on all of them. Watch the lives and be there for each other. That's what we all are as family. We're here 1 minute and gone the next. So don't take anybody for granted. And I appreciate the prayers for these family tonight, guys. They're going to need it. With that being said, we'll see you next Monday night on Catfish Weekly. God bless, and y'all have a good night.